Hi there, my name is Gini Quan out of San Francisco. Today is March 20th, 2025, and I'm giving you guys an update on my status after 15 visits. Been here out of 5 years. When I first started, it was, I believe, pretty much the preliminary of my RP diagnosis. So there were a lot of issue with low lights and not having the bottom field vision mostly. And throughout the years, it has just crept up pretty quickly where the peripheral has started to close in faster. And good thing that I found Dr. Yu, and he has helped me tremendously to keep the peripheral open as much as possible. It's always a fight because there's no treatment for RP. So without treatment, I would probably just go into a very narrow tunnel vision quickly. But now with Dr. Yu's help, it has been a tremendous aid to keeping the peripheral and actually pretty much the entire field vision open as much as possible. As I age, it closes faster, but at least I know there's hope that Dr. Yu gave to have this field kept open for as much as possible. So even now, thanks to Dr. Yu, I can still drive, and that is the best part of best result, I would say, that Dr. Yu provided for my actually mental health. Because without driving, I'll be stuck at home or have to rely on others and cannot be so independent. So this is just absolutely tremendously helpful. And so I've been coming here pretty frequently, try to come here every 3 months, which seems to help. There are times that Dr. Yu is out during my 3 month schedule. So pushing it out to 6 months with the help of the herbs that Kathy sent me is very helpful as well. So between the herbs and acupuncture treatments, I'm very, very satisfied with all the results. And the treatment this time has provided actually a exponential increase in the blind spots opening up. So this was a very successful treatment. Sometimes treatments are, they will have a couple of results in a couple of days, and then it tapers off, and then better results, further down the week. But this time it has just been gradually increasing for the last 3 weeks that I've been here. So this is very good. Very happy with the results at this. Well, I think the most progress that was shown in this, that resulted from this visit, was that my peripheral has opened up quite a bit, which in turn boosts my confidence in doing more outdoor stuff and even indoor stuff. So there's nothing that I can say that would, be different, but it just makes things much easier. So now that I don't have to, feel for things in the dark, and it's just a confidence booster, and it just makes doing everyday stuff much easier, rather than trying to, you know, trying to like fight this disease, because it's just a losing battle without help. Okay, well, back in 2021, there are other issues besides just the visual field closing. I think the vaccination, and I compared it with other patients that came here during that time, was that it created a huge fog just over the whole vision field. and we're battling that for a couple of visits before it kind of it's went away now, so that helps a lot. Also, the peripheral has been just closing, opening, and right now we're just trying to keep it open as much as possible. When I go back, there will be areas that will close up, but sometimes the herbs and diet and everything else will help open it back up a bit. There are areas that are blind spots, I should say, that I think it's a lost cause. It's done. That's just the way the disease is. But other areas, every time I come to see Dr. Yu with the acupuncture, it does open back up. I do get a lot more of the peripheral this time, which is great, because when I came, it's kind of like this, just like the minimum 45 that I'm allowed to drive. And now it's pretty much open up. There are few areas of blind spots, but it doesn't really, it just makes everything easier. Um, in terms of, when I'm outside, I don't see people walking into me anymore this way, or I don't have to turn my head or walk slower because I'm afraid I'm going to walk into somebody or somebody walks into me. So that's the huge improvement and a huge boost of I would say, emotional fear as well. So everything is just, it just makes things easier after a session with Dr. Yu. Because I think if I if I didn't see Dr. Yu or anybody else that can kind of help open it back up, I think it will just eventually be permanent and more permanent until I just go blind, like my regular doctor says. I mean, I think we have to, I think the treatment that Dr. Yu provide is a tool to help to open it back up, but ultimately I think it's up to me to make that more lasting, I should say, because it always comes back. So in order to make it lasting, follow the suggestion of the food regimen that Kathy has listed. So, avoid certain food, increase more greens, good food, which is hard because you tend to eat, you tend to lean towards food that's not good for you. That's your favorite food. But adjusting the diet definitely helps. Definitely more exercise, and I think for me, more outdoor helps as well, because that pulls me away from the computer, pulls me away from being, on the phone or watching TV. So being outside does help, I think, tremendously. Just being able to move your eyes constantly and not just stare at the computer screen. So yeah, there's a lot of things that that one can do to assist what Dr. Yu is helping as well. I think you have to, otherwise, it just the disease can progress fairly quickly if you, let it. So, yeah, we just constantly have to fight to see, literally. But then again, it depends on my diet and my activities as well. I think that has a lot to do with helping this disease. So, and doing the exercises that Kathy provided just for, especially for the RP disease, also helps as well. But ultimately, it's best to just try to see Dr. Yu at least every 6 months, if not quarterly. I've done it 6 months. I think last year I did. Yeah, my longest is 6 months because of Dr. Yu's schedule, and so I just called Kathy and get the herb, make sure I don't skip the herbs, make sure I don't skip the exercises and keep a good diet. And when I come back after 6 months, it's still, it can get still really good results. It might be a slower results after 6 months, but it's there. I mean, Dr. Yu will definitely make the difference rather than not coming for a long term. So definitely encourage you guys to come at least 6 months, I would say, is my recommendation, if not quarterly. Yeah. And if not, I mean, come whenever you can, because Dr. Yu will make a difference regardless. So, hope that helps. I think between Dr. Yu and I, our relation is pretty, I mean, it's pretty straightforward because he understands the RP situation and that every patient with RP are different. So he really tried to understand what my issues are, and it changes day by day. And together we work out and really try to focus on certain areas that's an issue. Every time I come here is different. So I think on an emotional level, it's just that, you know, he has a really high understanding of knowing that everybody's different and that everybody has a, you know, a personal issue with this disease. And trying to resolve it is just, you know, it's just a huge emotional gratitude for just him understanding what we have, because not a lot of doctors do. And most doctors just, you know, hear the word RP and, you know, that's the end of the conversation. There's no cure. But with Dr. Yu, we can see that he really tries to real focus on the issue of the patient, and I think that's really helpful and assuring to to me, anyways, that there's hope that, you know, we can fight this together.